America's Pop Culture Trivia Show.
Check it out.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. With Joe Parisi.
Episode 152 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. That's what you found. My name is Joe Parisi, and thank you so much for joining me. On today's show, 21 fast-paced pop culture trivia questions to challenge you a little bit and unlock some fun memories. Each round is made up of 7 questions with just 5 seconds between questions for you to think of the answers. Round 1 today is a music round. Round 2, a mixed round. Third round, all about television. Good luck. Now let's play.
Round 1.
Round 1, question 1, all about music. Here we go. Some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. From 1985, what band gave us the song, Some Like It Hot? Question 2. Released on April 16th, 1996. Evil Empire was the second studio album from this rock band. The first song on that album was called People of the Sun. Name the band. Question 3. This artist's debut album was released on August 3rd, 1993. It was called Tuesday Night Music Club, and to date, it's sold over 4.5 million copies. Can't Cry Anymore and Leaving Las Vegas are 2 of several hit singles this album produced. Name the artist. Question 4. The song Margaritaville from Jimmy Buffett is off of his album Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. My question to you, was this song released in the 1970s or 1980s? Question 5. I Feel For You, I Think I Love You. Chaka Khan had a hit song in 1984 called I Feel For You. That song has been recorded by several artists over the years. The first version of it to come out was from the famous artist who also wrote that song. What famous artist wrote that song, I Feel For You? Question 6. If it weren't for your maturity, none of this would have happened. If you weren't so wise beyond your years, I would have been able to control myself. These lyrics are from a 2002 song called Hands Clean. Name the artist. Question 7. The 1988 song Soldier of Love made it all the way to the number 2 spot on the Billboard Hot 100, and it's considered the comeback hit of this artist. Name the artist behind 1988's Soldier of Love. That'll do it for round number 1. Here come those answers. Question 1. Some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. From 1985, what band gave us the song Some Like It Hot? That is The Power Station. The lead singer of The Power Station was none other than Robert Palmer, the Addicted to Love guy. Question 2. Released on April 16th, 1996, Evil Empire was the second studio album from this rock band. The first song on that album was called People of the Sun. Name the band. That is Rage Against the Machine. I cannot explain to you how much I was looking forward to that album coming out, that big follow-up album. I had the maroon Rage Against the Machine t-shirt that just said Rage Against the Machine in like a typewriter font. You could buy that at like any music store or Spencer Gifts back in the day. Well, that shirt, if you know the shirt I'm talking about, maybe you had it, that sells today on like eBay and Poshmark for up to $300. It's a collector's item. Question 3. This artist's debut album was released on August 3rd, 1993. It's called Tuesday Night Music Club. And to date, it's sold over 4.5 million copies. Can't Cry Anymore and Leave in Las Vegas are two of several hit singles this album produced. Name that artist. That is Sheryl Crow. Her first job right out of college was as a elementary school music teacher, and it was at a public elementary school that's about 15 minutes away from where I am sitting recording this right now in Missouri. Question 4, the song Margaritaville from Jimmy Buffett is off the album Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. My question to you, was this song released in the 70s or 80s? The answer is 70s. That album came out in 1977. Question 5, I Feel For You, I Think I Love You. Chaka Khan had a hit song in 1984 called I Feel For You. That song has been recorded by several artists over the years. The first version of it, though, to come out came from the famous artist who actually wrote the song. What famous artist wrote the song I Feel For You? That is Prince. Prince wrote it for Patrice Rushen, Rushen, I guess I'm saying that right, but she turned it down for whatever reason, so Prince was like, yeah, I'll just record it and release it myself. There's some other versions out there that came out right around that same time. Rebby Jackson, the Pointer Sisters. In 1993, Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears performed it on the Mickey Mouse Club. But Prince was your answer. Question 6. If it weren't for your maturity, none of this would have happened. If you weren't so wise beyond your years, I would have been able to control myself. These lyrics are from a 2002 song called Hands Clean. Name the artist. That would be Alanis Morissette. Hands Clean was the lead single off of her 5th studio album, which was called Under Rug Swept. And question 7, the 1988 song Soldier of Love made it all the way to the number 2 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. It is considered the comeback hit of this artist. Name the artist behind 1988's Soldier of Love. That is Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond, of course, was a former child star, and at that time he was an unsigned music act. So when that song came out, the song existed, it was getting played on the radio, but you couldn't buy it anywhere. He had no record company that was interested in him. What happened was a cassette with the song on it made its way to this woman named Jessica Ettinger, who at that time was the program director of WPLJ-FM in New York. So it's a music station in New York. Program director hears it and was like, ooh, that's really good. Who is it? Oh, it's Donny Osmond, the former child star. So she predicted that if people heard this and right away knew it was Donny Osmond, they would judge it and have preconceived notions. So she had a brilliant idea. She didn't need to do this, but she did. To give the song a chance, she created a mystery artist promotion. And for weeks, she was playing the song on the air, encouraging listeners to try to guess who it was. In the meantime, the song got very popular, and people got all wrapped up in this game. And finally, she revealed who it was, that it was Donny Osmond, and had Donny in the studio. And by that time, people already liked the song. They were like, oh, cool. Yeah, Donny Osmond. And it worked. He was soon after signed by Capitol Records, and what they did was copied the exact same formula. They went to all these radio stations and said, here's what you do. It's this mystery artist promotion. It worked brilliantly in New York, and all these stations around the country did the exact same thing.
Round 2.
Your second round today is a mixed round. Question number 1. In what country does the annual Cannes Film Festival take place? Question 2. The movie Rocky II. Did that movie come out in the 1970s or 1980s? Question 3. In the Rocky film franchise, Carl Weathers plays Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers would later appear in Happy Gilmore as what character? Question 4. The first ever appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog came in what game? It was not a Sonic the Hedgehog game. What game was it? Question 5. In the movie Shrek, what famous actress provided the voice of Princess Fiona? Question 6. This actress played Darla Marks in Dazed and Confused, Meg Swan in Best in Show, Callie Webb in For Your Consideration, and Libby Mae Brown in Waiting for Guffman. Name the actress. And question number 7. A former heavyweight boxing champion with victories over Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, and Riddick Bowe. In 1992, Sega released a boxing game named after him. He competed on the 5th season of Dancing with the Stars, and he appeared in the films Summer of Sam and Necessary Roughness. Name this boxer. And that is going to do it for round number 2. Here come your answers. Question 1. In what country does the annual Cannes Film Festival take place? France. Cannes is a city located on the French Riviera. Question 2. The movie Rocky II. Is that from the 1970s or 1980s? The answer is 1970s. It hit theaters June 15th, 1979, and became the 3rd highest grossing film of that year. The first Rocky film came out in 76. That one was 79. Rocky III is the first one that came out in the 80s, coming out in 1982. Question 3. In the Rocky film franchise, Carl Weathers plays Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers appeared in Happy Gilmore as what character? The answer is Chubbs. His full name was Derek Chubbs Peterson. If you had Chubbs, go ahead and count it. Question 4. The first ever appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog came in what game? It was not a Sonic the Hedgehog game. What game was it? The answer is Radmobile. R-A-D, Radmobile. This was an auto racing game where you'd sit down, at the arcade, steering wheel, pedals, and in this game, the Sonic the Hedgehog character appears as an ornament hanging from the driver's rear view window. Radmobile came out in 1990. Sega was behind that game. And then the first Sonic the Hedgehog game came out the very next year in 1991. It came out on Sega Genesis. So Sega had this character kind of waiting in the wings. They were working on it, and they kind of just snuck it into Radmobile. Question 5. In the movie Shrek, what famous actress provided the voice of Princess Fiona? That is Cameron Diaz. Question 6. This actress played Darla Marks in Dazed and Confused, Meg Swan in Best in Show, Callie Webb in For Your Consideration, and Libby Mae Brown in Waiting for Guffman. Name that actress. Parker Posey. She is so funny in, I think, Dazed and Confused, but in Best in Show, Meg Swan, amazing character. Loves her Starbucks, loves her LL Bean catalogs. Such a great character. Question number 7. A former heavyweight boxing champion with victories over Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, and Riddick Bowe. In 1992, Sega released a boxing game named after him. He competed on the 5th season of Dancing with the Stars, and he appears in the films Summer of Sam and Necessary Roughness. Name this boxer. Evander Holyfield. So I just got to meet Evander. I was ring announcing at an event. Evander, Larry Holmes, and Michael Spinks were the special guests of honor. All three of them incredibly nice guys. And yes, I got a good look at the year, and it looks pretty much normal. You wouldn't know anything if you didn't know, if that makes sense.
Round 3.
Final round today is all about television. Here we go, guys. Question 1. The show Relic Hunter centers on a character named Sidney Fox, a professor who is also a globe-trotting relic hunter who looks for ancient artifacts to return to museums and/or the descendants of the original owner. Who starred in this series as Sidney Fox? Question 2. On the 90s sitcom Step by Step, the fictional families of two single parents, played by Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers, blend as these two got married. One family was the Foster family. What was the last name of the other family? Question 3. The following recurring characters were all a part of what sitcom? Tim Whatley, Susan Ross, Jackie Childs, Crazy Joe Davola, and Jack Klompus. What show were those characters from? Question 4. From the animated series Darkwing Duck. Just like Superman would disguise himself as Clark Kent, when Darkwing Duck wasn't Darkwing Duck, this superhero duck had an alter ego. What was his alter ego's name? Question 5. Dar, D-A-R, played by Daniel Goddard, is the last survivor of his tribe. He wanders the land, protecting the oppressed and animals while he seeks a lost loved one. This series aired from 1999 to 2002, and it's loosely based off of a 1982 film and a 1959 novel. Name this series. Question 6. A children's puppet series that ran from 1989 to 1991 on Nickelodeon's Nick Jr. block. The show featured various puppet characters who live in a giant wind-up music box. Some of the supporting character puppets on this show were Batley, a clumsy, nearsighted blue bat who wears glasses, and Magellan, a large green dragon whose tail has a mind of its own. Name this show. And question 7. This sitcom aired from April 26, 1987 to September 12th, 1987, so short run. It was based on a 1986 movie of the same name. It starred Hector Elizondo and Anita Morris as Dave and Barbara Whiteman. In the film, those two roles were played by Richard Dreyfuss and Bette Midler. This series has the distinction of being the first ever show to be canceled by Fox. 5 of the 13 episodes produced didn't air. Name this sitcom. And that is going to do it for round number 3. Couple of tough ones in there. Let's see how you did. Question number 1. The show Relic Hunter centers on a character named Sidney Fox, a professor who's also a globe-trotting relic hunter who looks for ancient artifacts to return to museums and/or the descendants of the original owner. Who starred in this series as Sidney Fox? Tia Carrere. I think most people, my generation, would probably know Tia Carrere as Cassandra in the Wayne's World films. Question number 2. On the 90s sitcom Step by Step, the fictional families of 2 single parents, played by Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers, blend as those 2 got married. One family was the Foster family. What was the last name of the other family? The answer is Lambert. Question 3. The following recurring characters were all a part of what sitcom? Tim Whatley, Susan Ross, Jackie Chiles, Crazy Joe Davola, and Jack Klompus. The answer is Seinfeld. Those are all recurring characters on Seinfeld. Question 4 from the animated series Darkwing Duck. Just like Superman would disguise himself as Clark Kent, when Darkwing Duck wasn't Darkwing Duck, this superhero duck had an alter ego. What was the alter ego's name? Drake Mallard. Question 5. Dar, played by Daniel Goddard, is the last survivor of his tribe. He wanders the land, protecting the oppressed and animals, while he seeks a lost loved one. The series aired from 1999 to 2002, and it's loosely based off of a 1982 film and a 1959 novel. Name this series. Beastmaster. Question 6. A children's puppet series that ran from 1989 to 1991 on Nickelodeon's Nick Jr. block. The show featured various puppet characters who live in a giant wind-up music box. Some of the supporting character puppets on the show were Batley, a clumsy nearsighted blue bat who wears glasses, and Magellan, a large green dragon whose tail has a mind of its own. Name this show. This is Eureka's Castle. And question number 7. This sitcom aired from April 26th, 1987 to September 12th, 1987 on Fox. It was based on a 1986 movie of the same name. It starred Hector Elizondo and Anita Morris as Dave and Barbara Whiteman. In the film, those 2 roles were played by Richard Dreyfuss and Bette Midler. This series has the distinction of being the first ever show to be canceled by Fox. 5 of the 13 episodes produced didn't air. Name this sitcom. Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Do you remember that? Down and Out in Beverly Hills? More people would probably be familiar with the movie. Having the big names Richard Dreyfuss and Bette Midler in 1986 was a big thing. But the coolest thing about that question and that topic is that is the first ever show to be canceled by Fox. My name is Joe Parisi. This has been episode 152 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. You can check out my other show if you're into these pop culture things. I do a pop culture deep dive show called The Odd Podcast with Joe Parisi. A lot of fun. Every episode is like an hour and a half on one specific thing. I don't have an episode all about Down and Out in Beverly Hills, but it's the type of show that would have something as absurd as that. The Odd Podcast with Joe Parisi. It's available wherever you get your podcast. My website is joeparisivoiceover.com. Always love to hear from you guys and connect with you. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. You can look for me at Joe Parisi VO. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to go make up some more questions, and we will do this again in 2 weeks. See ya.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show with Joe Parisi.